What's going on, everyone? Tech Me out here, and after a long, highly anticipated wait, new MacBooks are finally here. And I'm so excited that I'm still trying to figure out where I even want to begin with this recap, but I guess let's start with the design. The new MacBook is going to be offered in two sizes, 13 and 15 inches. So the 13-inch model comes in at 3 pounds and 14.9 millimeters thin, whereas the 15-inch model lands in at 4 pounds and 15.5 millimeters thin. You also have two color choices, space gray or silver, to top things off. But I think the biggest change that probably everyone is talking about, and even I am still jaw-dropped on, is this new touch bar. So the rumors were true, and the multi-touch tiny interactive retina screen found its way onto the keyboard. Now the features it offers are too vast to even cover in this video, but it basically is an extension of your computer or your keyboard. I see it kind of almost as a second newfound keyboard, which really leaves me to wonder how large of a learning curve is soon to follow, because the options that this edition alone brings are just crazy. So the touch bar basically changes per app and is going to provide you useful tools to selections that are relevant to what you're doing in that exact moment. So for instance, if you open up Safari, it will allow you to interact with the touch bar to do things like launch a new tab or skim through your bookmarks, adjust the brightness and your volume, just to name a few. Whereas if you open up your Mail app, it's going to give you shortcuts to compose a message or send one, and even give you text predictions or emoji suggestions, which, might I add, look absolutely gorgeous in the renderings of this alone, so I can only imagine how it will be in person. It's like they try to shorten your reach from your keyboard to your trackpad to your keyboard to your touch bar, which I feel might get utilized most by those who use keyboard shortcuts to begin with. There are even shortcuts for pro users who utilize Photoshop and Final Cut to give them editing options at the reach of a finger, such as skimming a timeline when you're editing a movie and achieving quick trims or clips that are needed. Where if you navigate onto photos, the touch bar then changes yet again, giving you live filters to pick from, or the option to quickly rotate your images, or select a photo from the tiny thumbnails of your images that actually appear on the touch bar itself. And I can't forget, you will now have Siri at the tap of a button and Touch ID, so you can literally place your finger within this magical section and unlock your computer or make a purchase. It's really quite impressive, amazing, and even the star of the show, because I can't count how many times touch bar was even said within the keynote. However, I can't help but wonder how often people will use this new area. So to me, it kind of resembles 3D Touch when it first hit the iPhone. It was fascinating and new, but when I finally got my phone, I found that I barely used it. It's like I forgot it was even there until iOS 10 came along and unleashed its potential a bit more for me. I just hope touch bar doesn't follow the same pattern, and hopefully I'll be able to enjoy it enough, because for those poor souls like myself who dock their computer to a monitor in clamshell mode, will lessen our chances of even using it that much more. But enough of the touch bar. I feel like I rambled on that way more than enough, because in addition to that, the trackpad also got an upgrade, as it's larger and also has Force Touch. And the keyboard applies Apple's new second generation butterfly mechanism to increase comfort when typing. New speakers were also introduced, providing twice the dynamic range and up to 58% more volume with 2.5 times louder bass. And the display also got a refresh with a brighter LED backlight and an increased contrast ratio, which means deeper blacks and brighter whites with a wider color gamut. So I suppose much like that of the iPhone. Therefore, you will get even more vibrant greens and reds, giving you a true-to-life picture with realistic, vivid details. And of course, the new MacBooks are significantly faster than last year's model, delivering up to 130% faster graphics performance than the previous generation. Therefore, video editing, 3D graphics, and gaming are going to be super fast. So, the ports. You can expect 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports. No USB port, but you do have a headphone jack. Thanks, Apple. Now, while I'm happy for the other changes, this is one that will take some adjusting for me, because this form of connection is not one I've quite made, so a lot of the things I would connect to my MacBook are done so via USB right now. So I know I'm probably going to have to invest into a few adapters or even devices to get properly connected to what I need, which sadly takes away from the minimal design, because I think many laptop owners can agree that when you're on the go, one of the last things you want to fool with is cables of any form hanging from your computer to connect your devices. But in exchange for that, transfer speeds will be significantly faster, so that's something to look forward to. And on top of that, any of the 4 ports can be used to charge up your MacBook, so that's a plus as well. So I guess I may have to change up a few accessories as well to help in the area of portability and get better updated to present day technology. And on a side note, it looks as though Apple has also gotten rid of the included extension cord that typically comes in the box, at least according to their website of what is shown that will come in the package. But moving right on along, the new MacBook definitely has me intrigued and signed up to drop my hard-earned money on a 15-inch model with a few spec upgrades, which I don't even want to think about how much it would cost me right now. And speaking of which, are any of you out there thinking about purchasing one? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you are, these new MacBooks that I've just shared with you are currently on sale right now with a starting price of $1499 on the 13-inch base model and $2,300 for the 15-inch base model, with shipping dates that start 2 to 3 weeks out from right now. So that's gonna sum up my overview for this one. Be sure to hit that like button before you leave. And as always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.